Ladies and gentlemen, imagine for a moment that every single day you wake up is an opportunity. Not just an opportunity to rest, not just an opportunity to pass the time, but an opportunity to shape who you are, to shape who you will become. Every day is a step toward the future version of yourself, and that future is shaped by the actions you take today. Imagine for a moment that your life is a canvas, and every thought, every action, and every decision you make is a brushstroke. If you want to create a masterpiece, consistency is key. It's not just about waiting for inspiration to strike or expecting big breakthroughs to happen on their own. It's about showing up every day, regardless of external circumstances, and actively working to shape who you are. This process is driven by your mindset, how you perceive yourself, the world, and the infinite possibilities within you. When we talk about shifting your mindset, it's not simply about having a positive attitude or thinking happy thoughts. It's a deeper, more transformative shift in the way you approach life itself. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world, and this lens colors every experience you encounter. If you are focused on limitations, on what you cannot do, then that's what you will experience. But if you shift your mindset to one of possibility and growth, you start to see opportunities in every challenge, strength in every setback, and lessons in every failure. This is the essence of no days off. It's not about pushing yourself to the edge, exhausting your body or mind to the point of burnout. Instead, it's about cultivating a mindset that operates on a higher frequency, where every day, every moment is an opportunity for growth. You see, growth doesn't happen only when things are easy. Growth happens when you choose to stay committed to your development, even when things are tough. It happens when you are aware of your thoughts and you challenge those thoughts that hold you back. It happens when you commit to showing up for yourself no matter what. One of the most powerful aspects of shifting your mindset is that it enables you to take ownership of your life. When you understand that your thoughts are the foundation of your reality, you begin to realize the power you have to shape your circumstances. This mindset shift is not about ignoring external challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. Rather, it's about approaching life with the understanding that your perception of any given situation will dictate your experience of it. A challenge becomes a stepping stone, a temporary setback becomes an opportunity to grow, and a failure becomes a lesson in resilience. This approach also requires a deep sense of self-awareness. It's about becoming conscious of your habitual thoughts and patterns, recognizing the areas where you may be holding yourself back, and taking deliberate steps to change them. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that we are victims of our circumstances, that life happens to us and we have little control over the outcomes. But this belief only serves to keep us stuck in the cycle of helplessness and frustration. The reality is that you are not a passive observer of your life, you are the creator. By changing your thoughts, you change the energy you bring into each moment. And when you bring a higher frequency to every situation, you start to notice that your external reality begins to shift as well. The beauty of this mindset shift is that it's cumulative. Every small change you make today compounds over time, leading to exponential growth. But each time you choose to show up, even when you don't feel like it, you're not just moving forward in your goals, but you are building the mental and emotional muscle needed to push through future obstacles. This is why consistency is so critical. It's not about grand gestures or one-time efforts. It's about committing to the process day in and day out until your new mindset becomes second nature. This mindset transformation also requires you to look beyond immediate results. The no days off mentality isn't focused on instant gratification, it's about playing the long game. When you operate with the understanding that every action you take, no matter how small, is leading you closer to your highest potential, you stop focusing on the fleeting rewards of the present moment and start investing in the future you. You begin to appreciate the process rather than obsessing over the end result, and this shift in focus allows you to stay committed even when the path seems uncertain or difficult. The most important thing to remember is that shifting your mindset is a daily practice. It's not something that happens overnight or in a moment of sudden enlightenment. It happens through intentional action, through mindfulness, through showing up every day, even when it's tough. And as you continue to practice this mindset shift, you'll find that it becomes easier and more natural to maintain. Over time, it will become the foundation of who you are, a person who is consistently growing, evolving, and stepping into their full potential. Think about it each day as an opportunity to challenge your current beliefs, to reframe your thoughts, and to commit to becoming the best version of yourself. And that's what No Days Off is all about. It's not about relentless effort for the sake of exhaustion, but rather about the relentless pursuit of growth, mastery, and transformation. By embracing this mindset, you begin to realize that every moment, every choice, and every thought is part of the bigger picture, one that you are consciously creating day by day. The power of neuroplasticity is one of the most profound revelations of modern science. It shows us that the brain is not fixed, not rigid, and certainly not bound by the limitations we once thought. Our brain is constantly adapting, reorganizing itself, and forming new connections based on the actions we take and the thoughts we think. This means that every moment is a chance to shape and reshape the very fabric of who we are. The concept of neuroplasticity reveals that no matter where you start, you have the power to change your brain, change your habits, and ultimately change your life. The brain's ability to rewire itself is a direct result of our actions and intentions. When we consistently engage in certain behaviors or practices, our brain begins to reinforce the neural pathways related to those actions. This is how habits are formed. For instance, if you choose to practice mindfulness every day, the neurons associated with calmness, focus, and clarity start to form stronger connections. Over time, your ability to remain calm in stressful situations becomes easier and more natural. It becomes ingrained in your brain as a default response. In other words, when you show up consistently, even in small ways, you begin to rewire your brain for success. Your brain stops being a passive observer, and instead it becomes a tool that supports your growth and development. This rewiring process doesn't happen overnight. Just as muscles need time to strengthen after consistent exercise, the brain needs repeated effort to establish new neural pathways. This is where the no days off mentality truly shines. It's not about exerting maximum effort all the time or expecting immediate results. Instead, it's about the power of consistency. Each small effort, each little action you take in the direction of your goals serves as a building block for the new neural connections that will ultimately lead to long-term change. Over time, these efforts accumulate and you begin to notice significant shifts in your thinking, your behavior, and your overall approach to life. This neuroplastic change is not limited to the positive aspects of life. Just as we can strengthen positive habits and attitudes, we can also wire our brains for negativity and self-doubt. The more we dwell on fear, worry, or limiting beliefs, the more we reinforce those neural pathways. This is why it's so important to be mindful of the thoughts we allow to dominate our minds. When you are consistent in cultivating positive thoughts, affirmations, and beliefs, you are creating new neural pathways that align with a mindset of abundance, resilience, and self-confidence. It becomes easier to believe in your potential and pursue your goals with greater focus and clarity. One of the most important things to understand about neuroplasticity is that it's not just about good habits or positive thinking. It's about changing the very way we perceive the world and our place within it. By consistently taking action toward your growth, no matter how small, you begin to shift the way you see challenges. What once may have seemed like an obstacle becomes a learning opportunity. What might have caused you to doubt yourself or give up in the past now becomes a stepping stone. You start to see every setback as a chance to grow, every difficulty as a lesson, and every failure as feedback. The ability to adapt and change, to keep moving forward regardless of circumstances, is what neuroplasticity gives us the power to do. This process is deeply connected to the concept of habit formation. Habits are the result of our brain's ability to automate behaviors that are repeated over time. When you engage in a behavior repeatedly, your brain creates a shortcut and automatic response. This is why habits can be so powerful. The more you practice something, the less conscious effort is required. Eventually, what was once a conscious decision becomes ingrained into your daily life. And this is where the no days off mentality comes into play. The key to creating lasting change is showing up every day, making the right choices, and taking action, even when it feels like progress is slow. Every small action is helping to solidify that behavior, and eventually you'll find that these actions are no longer something you have to consciously think about. They become part of who you are. What makes neuroplasticity so powerful is that it is not limited by age or background. Whether you're young or old, whether you've been stuck in a pattern of self-doubt for years, or whether you're just beginning your journey toward change, the brain is always ready to adapt. The potential for growth is limitless, as long as you are willing to commit to the process. The more consistent you are in taking action toward your goals, the more your brain begins to reflect the changes you want to see in your life. By embracing this principle of neuroplasticity and combining it with a mindset of no days off, you are creating the foundation for a life of continual growth and transformation. Every day is an opportunity to reinforce the neural pathways that will lead to the future you desire. It's the consistency of your actions, the deliberate focus of your thoughts, and the commitment to your growth that make the difference. Over time, this rewiring of the brain leads to a new version of yourself, a version that operates at a higher level, a version that takes challenges in stride, a version that is capable of achieving anything it sets its mind to. By showing up every day, you are not only transforming your habits and mindset, you are literally transforming your brain. And as your brain changes, so too does your world. Emotional regulation is one of the most powerful tools you can develop on your journey toward personal growth and success. The way we manage and respond to our emotions directly affects the quality of our lives, our relationships, and our ability to pursue our goals. Emotions, if not properly understood or controlled, can become overwhelming forces that derail progress and cloud judgment. However, by learning to regulate our emotions, we gain the ability to remain calm, focused, and clear, even in the most challenging circumstances. This is one of the central aspects of living a life with no days off. It's not about avoiding discomfort, but about learning how to master it and use it to our advantage. At the core of emotional regulation is the understanding that emotions are not inherently negative or positive. They are simply signals telling us how we are reacting to the world around us. However, the way we respond to these emotional signals determines the course of our actions. When emotions are allowed to run unchecked, they can dictate our responses in ways that are not aligned with our higher goals or values. For instance, anger might cause us to lash out, fear may lead us to shrink back or avoid taking risks, and sadness might make us want to give up. These emotional reactions are often automatic, and they stem from deep-seated beliefs, past experiences, and ingrained patterns of thinking. But when we learn to recognize and regulate our emotional responses, we can break free from these automatic patterns and choose a more deliberate, purposeful response. This process of emotional regulation doesn't happen instantly. It's a skill that must be developed over time through consistent practice. It requires awareness, the ability to notice when you're triggered emotionally, and take a step back before reacting. This moment of pause is incredibly powerful. It's in this space between stimulus and response that you have the opportunity to choose how you want to act. This might mean taking a deep breath, reassessing the situation, or choosing a more measured approach instead of reacting impulsively. It's the ability to not let your emotions dictate your actions, but instead to let your higher self, your rational mind, and your values guide your behavior. The no days off mentality plays a crucial role in this process because emotional regulation is something that requires ongoing attention and practice. It's not enough to simply become aware of your emotions once and expect that you'll never struggle with them again. Like any skill, emotional regulation takes time and consistent effort. Each day provides an opportunity to refine your emotional awareness, to practice responding rather than reacting. The more you engage with this process, the more natural it becomes. Over time, you will find that you can stay calm in situations that once would have triggered you, that you can maintain your focus and clarity even when emotions run high, and that you are no longer at the mercy of your feelings but are in control of your emotional state. What's important to recognize is that emotional regulation is not about suppressing or ignoring your feelings. Emotions are valid and important, and denying them only leads to their buildup, often resulting in explosive outbursts or unhealthy coping mechanisms. Instead, emotional regulation is about acknowledging your feelings without allowing them to take over. It's about observing your emotions, understanding their source, and choosing how you wish to respond in a way that aligns with your larger goals. This is where emotional intelligence comes into play, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage not only your own emotions, but also the emotions of others. As you become more emotionally intelligent, you can navigate complex social dynamics with ease, build stronger relationships, and deal with conflicts in a more constructive way. This capacity for emotional regulation also has a profound impact on your resilience. Life is filled with ups and downs, and setbacks are inevitable. But when you have the ability to regulate your emotions, you are better equipped to bounce back from adversity. Rather than being overwhelmed by negative emotions like frustration, disappointment, or fear, you can approach these challenges with a sense of calm and clarity. This sense of emotional balance allows you to assess the situation objectively, take necessary action, and move forward with purpose. Resilience is not about never experiencing negative emotions. It's about experiencing those emotions, processing them in a healthy way, and using them as fuel to keep moving forward. Another crucial element of emotional regulation is the connection between our emotions and our energy. Emotions are energy in motion. They move through us, influencing how we feel and how we act. When we allow ourselves to become consumed by negative emotions, such as anger or anxiety, we deplete our energy and lower our vibration. Conversely, when we regulate our emotions and maintain a positive or neutral state, we conserve our energy and elevate our vibration, which in turn attracts more positive experiences into our lives. This is why emotional regulation is so critical to achieving personal transformation. The more you learn to manage your emotional state, the more you align your energy with your goals, and the more effortlessly opportunities will present themselves. Emotional regulation is a skill that empowers you to take control of your life. It frees you from being a passive recipient of your emotional reactions and transforms you into an active participant in your emotional and personal development. The no days off approach teaches us that every day is an opportunity to strengthen this skill. to be more aware of our emotional responses, and to choose to respond in a way that aligns with our highest self. As you consistently practice emotional regulation, you will find that you become more grounded, more resilient, and more focused, able to navigate life's challenges with grace and clarity, and remain on course toward your goals. The mastery of your emotions will be one of the greatest assets you can cultivate on your journey of personal growth. Setting clear intentions is one of the most powerful and transformative actions you can take toward creating the life you desire. It's not enough to simply drift through each day, reacting to circumstances and waiting for opportunities to appear. True growth and success come when you approach each day with purpose, when you define what you want and align your actions with that vision. Intention is the starting point, the seed from which all your efforts grow. It's what gives your actions direction, focus, and meaning. And when you consistently show up with intention, the power of that clarity propels you forward, turning every step you take into an important part of your journey. To understand the power of intention, it's important to first recognize that we are constantly setting intentions, whether we're aware of it or not. Every thought, every action, and every decision we make is driven by some form of intention. However, when we don't set those intentions consciously, they can be vague, scattered, or reactive. This lack of clarity often leads to feelings of confusion, frustration, or lack of fulfillment. But when you take the time to set clear, deliberate intentions, you direct your energy in a way that aligns with your goals, values, and deeper purpose. Setting intentions means being intentional with how you spend your time and energy. It's about looking at your day and deciding with full awareness what you are going to focus on and what you want to create. Intentions serve as the roadmap for your day, guiding your decisions, actions, and mindset. Instead of simply reacting to whatever comes your way, you are actively choosing the path you want to take. This doesn't mean you need to rigidly plan every moment or micromanage every detail. It's about setting a general course and allowing the universe or life itself to support your forward movement. The more clearly you define your intentions, the more your actions will align with your goals, leading to greater clarity, confidence, and results. The no days off mindset is about showing up with intention every single day, regardless of how you feel or what obstacles you might encounter. Life will never be perfectly predictable or free from challenges, but when you set your intentions clearly, you begin to make choices that move you closer to the life you envision, even in the face of adversity. Each day presents you with an opportunity to move toward your goals, and setting intentions allows you to seize that opportunity with both hands. By choosing to be intentional, you break free from the pattern of passivity and create momentum that propels you forward. Intentions also have a way of anchoring us in the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in the past or the future, regretting past mistakes or worrying about what lies ahead. But when you set intentions, you bring yourself back to the now. You acknowledge that the present moment is the only place where change can happen. The power to transform your life exists right here, right now. When you focus on setting intentions, you stop wasting energy on things you can't control and instead direct all your attention to what you can do today to move closer to your goals. This sense of purpose not only brings clarity, but it also infuses each moment with meaning and focus. One of the most important aspects of setting intentions is that it allows you to make choices that align with your highest self. When you are clear about what you want, you begin to recognize the choices that will serve your growth and well-being, and you can more easily avoid distractions that lead you off course. For example, if your intention is to grow your business, then every decision you make, whether it's how you spend your time, what projects you focus on, or whom you engage with, becomes an opportunity to further that intention. You're no longer reacting to random events, you are moving with purpose and focus toward your end goal. Setting clear intentions also requires a sense of self-awareness. It's not enough to just decide what you want. It's equally important to understand why you want it. What is the driving force behind your intention? What is the deeper purpose? When you connect with the why behind your goals, you tap into a well of motivation that keeps you moving forward, especially during times of difficulty or doubt. Your intentions, grounded in your values and desires, become a source of intrinsic motivation that pushes you through challenges and distractions. The practice of setting intentions helps to create a sense of accountability. When you set a clear intention, you are taking responsibility for your choices, your actions, and your results. You can no longer blame circumstances or other people for your lack of progress. Your intentions put you in the driver's seat, and you realize that you have the power to shape your destiny through the actions you take. This sense of responsibility fosters a deep commitment to your growth and reinforces the no days off mentality. You understand that every day is an opportunity to show up and make progress, no matter how small. Setting intentions also fosters a mindset of abundance. When you have a clear intention, you start to see the world as a place full of possibilities rather than limitations. You become more open to the opportunities that present themselves, and you begin to recognize that the universe or life is constantly supporting your efforts. The clearer you are about your intentions, the more aligned you become with the energy of abundance, drawing opportunities, people, and experiences that help manifest your desires. The process of setting intentions is not a one-time event, it's a daily practice. Every morning you have the opportunity to reset, to redefine your intentions, and to realign yourself with your vision. With every intention you set, you build a stronger sense of purpose, a clearer direction, and a deeper commitment to your goals. As you continue to show up with intention day after day, you'll notice that your life begins to unfold in ways you might not have imagined, all because you took the time to decide what you truly want and then aligned your actions with that vision. Each day, each moment becomes a purposeful step toward the life you are creating. The power of discipline is one of the most essential qualities you can develop on your journey to success and personal growth. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the consistent day in and day out commitment to the actions that will propel you forward regardless of how you feel in the moment. While motivation can be fleeting, discipline is unwavering. Motivation may get you started, but it's discipline that keeps you going when the initial excitement fades, when obstacles arise, and when the path seems long or uncertain. Without discipline, even the clearest intentions or grandest plans are at risk of falling apart. Discipline is not about rigidly forcing yourself to do things that you don't enjoy or pushing yourself to extremes. Rather, it is about creating consistent habits that align with your long-term goals. It's the ability to make choices that serve your future self, even when they may not provide instant gratification. It's understanding that every small action you take, every task, every effort, no matter how insignificant it might seem, is a building block toward the larger vision you have for your life. Over time, these actions compound, creating significant change and progress. The no days off mentality hinges on this concept of discipline. It's not about working yourself into exhaustion, but about showing up every day with intention, effort, and focus. When you commit to the process, even on days when you're not feeling inspired or motivated, you are developing a habit of consistency. You learn to trust that progress will come as long as you keep showing up, no matter how small the steps may seem in the moment. Discipline is the steady rhythm that keeps you moving forward. It's the understanding that success isn't achieved overnight, but rather through small, daily actions that align with your goals. The more disciplined you are, the more you cultivate resilience and perseverance. Another powerful aspect of discipline is its ability to create structure in your life. When you are disciplined, you learn to prioritize what truly matters and eliminate distractions that prevent you from reaching your potential. In a world full of noise, distractions, and constant demands on your time, discipline helps you focus on what is important and helps you maintain clarity of purpose. It's about setting boundaries, saying no when necessary, and being conscious of how you spend your time. Discipline helps you avoid the trap of procrastination, which often stems from indecision or fear. When you are disciplined, you create a system for yourself that keeps you on track, even when the world around you seems chaotic or uncertain. It's the ability to stay focused on your goals, even when the immediate gratification of distractions is tempting. Discipline also builds self-respect and confidence. Every time you commit to an action and follow through, you reinforce your belief in yourself and your ability to succeed. The more you show up for yourself, the more you show up, the more you learn to trust your own word. This is incredibly empowering. When you demonstrate discipline, you send a powerful message to yourself and others that you are someone who takes their commitments seriously, someone who is capable of achieving their goals. This self-respect becomes a foundation for future growth. As you build discipline, you begin to believe in your ability to create and shape your life in alignment with your values. Discipline also creates a sense of accountability. When you are disciplined in your actions, you take ownership of your results. There's no one else to blame for your lack of progress. You are the one driving your success. So, this sense of personal responsibility is essential to growth because it places the power squarely in your hands. It's easy to make excuses, to blame external factors for where you are in life. But when you operate with discipline, you know that every choice you make, every action you take, either moves you closer to or further away from your goals. You are the creator of your own destiny, and discipline is the tool that helps you shape it. It is the key to unlocking your potential and breaking free from the cycles of self-doubt, hesitation, and fear that often hold people back from pursuing their dreams. The power of discipline is especially evident when it comes to long-term success. The journey to any significant achievement is rarely linear. There will be setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt along the way. But discipline is what keeps you grounded during these difficult moments. When the going gets tough, discipline is the habit that forces you to take that next step, even when you don't feel like it. It's about continuing to put in the work, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Discipline teaches you to embrace the process, to trust that your consistent efforts will eventually pay off, and that the value lies not only in the end result, but in the journey itself. An important aspect of discipline is learning to balance effort with self-care. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle culture and think that discipline means working all the time, pushing yourself to the limit. However, true discipline includes the wisdom to recognize when you need rest and recovery. It's about knowing when to push forward and when to step back, ensuring that your efforts are sustainable in the long run. Discipline isn't about burning yourself out, it's about creating a balanced rhythm in life where each action serves a purpose and each moment of rest recharges you to continue moving forward. Discipline is a mindset that shapes your actions, attitudes, and behaviors in every area of life. It is about taking control of your life and aligning your daily actions with your highest values and goals. Discipline is the key that unlocks your potential and allows you to live in alignment with the person you are striving to become. As you cultivate discipline, you begin to realize that it is not the grand gestures or singular achievements that define success, but the consistent daily commitment to showing up for yourself and for your dreams. Each day, each action becomes a step toward building the life you want, one that is grounded in focus, perseverance, and unshakable belief in your ability to succeed. In conclusion, the concept of no days off is not about pushing yourself to exhaustion or avoiding rest, but about committing to consistent growth, discipline, and emotional mastery every single day. It's about understanding that success is not an overnight event, but a product of persistent, intentional actions taken day after day. When you embrace emotional regulation, set clear intentions, and remain disciplined in your efforts, you begin to shape a life that aligns with your highest goals and deepest values. The journey of personal transformation is continuous, and it's through this dedication to showing up every day, no matter the challenges, that you unlock your true potential. Remember, it's not about waiting for motivation or waiting for perfect conditions. It's about making the conscious decision to show up, to grow, and to become the person capable of achieving the life you envision. With no days off in your pursuit of growth and self-mastery, you will find that the journey itself becomes as rewarding as the destination. Keep pushing forward, stay disciplined, and trust that each small, intentional step you take leads you closer to becoming the best version of yourself.